I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the...
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
He goes to the 180. Switch.
On first down, Dickerson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cut. 180. 56. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Check. Listen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And, a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. The Rams would get out to the 23-7 lead. Cowboys tried to make a late push, but the Rams would hold on for the 30-22 victory. Now on 2nd and 16, Goff steps away to his left. And he rifles one incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Tiger. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, Haywood. Gonna be a long day. Mike's
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now the Auburn product, Corey Graham. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Corey Grant, touchdown number 15 of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
I smell fear in that I smell fear. Hey, 76.
They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. Goff on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Hey, Delta. I got you.
They are going for it. Goff. That's to his running back, complete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Wait, that's 380. 59. Hey, let's get this. Check it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
But that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Wait, 20. Watch the run. Hey, 22 jet bomber. 50's the mic. It's just me and you.
Brady now on first down. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Wait, 20. Hey, watch the line.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down.
Alpha.
You go tight.
Wait, 28.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Let's go.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
72.
From the gun, it's Brady. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Corey Littleton charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Brady. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 12, Goff. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. After 1, it's 9-0.
You can't stop me.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Hey, Alpha.
Here's Goff. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. Going deep here for Landry. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a 1st and goal. Now a play fake. Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Clay Matthews able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Brady going to throw. Throw left side, complete. It's Logan. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They'll give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a 3rd and goal.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Watch 81, fellas. Watch 81. Alert. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 53 in there.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The great veteran Clay Matthews able to knock that one away in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
The Rams on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less designed runs like that. They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Brady, man open, it's Goodwin. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Marquise Goodwin. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. This time, the extra point up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd down, Dickerson. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. Now gone. And this is caught. He hits Landry. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Go, son.
Now gone. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Nate Gary.
Let's go. Interception, baby. All day. All day.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3.
Wait, set. Wait, Eddie. You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this? Hey, 66.
This is Grant.
Under 10.
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, Cowboys. Corey Grant, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there.
Right there, 56. Right there.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First down, Rams.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
So don't say nothing.
Kill.
They'll try the left side. Dickerson. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. This is Ingram. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
20.
Check 56. You.
After the penalty, it's Ingram. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 36.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Gone. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And Ingram hauls it in. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On first down, Dickerson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The Rams on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun. Goff. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here we go.
On fourth down, Goff. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up 1st and goal. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. Mike 20.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 50-yard line.
Wait, set. 380.
Mike is 59. Mike is
Regular.
65.
Alpha.
A little juke. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, they won't bump that to his resume reel, but that might be one of the best 1-yard runs I've seen.
I got one.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none.
Ingram again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. Dancing to his left. Got a man. It's right. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They'll run on 1st down. Dickerson. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. The extra point up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Hey, goal 66.
From midfield, here's Brady. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Sugar. Regular.
Here's Brady to throw, and this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And at the end of it, he's stripped. Ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
Mike. Wait, set. Round 80. Round 80.
Rap. Jack.
Hey, Alabama.
And they will take a knee here. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And to the surprise of exactly nobody that watched this game, it was the 40-something-year-old Tom Brady again that led the way.
And do you get the sense that if we're fortunate enough to be around, you might be saying, and to the surprise of no one, it was a 50-something-year-old Tom Brady who led his team to victory.
If he is